So this video might not be for everybody. This video is for my jeans and t-shirts type of people. In a recent video I did about feeling comfortable and less comfortable in certain types of crochet, that was a comment that came up quite a bit where people were like, you know what, I am super casual, I wear jeans and t-shirts, and sometimes crochet feels a little too precious. Even though they love making it, it doesn't always go with, you know, what else is going on. So I want to talk about how we can make some casual yet beautiful crochet that feels totally comfortable to wear with a jeans and t-shirt. Now, I might be dating myself a little bit here, but when the idea for this video came up for me, I was like, you know what, who is like a style icon? Who just exemplifies casual jeans and t-shirt? And honestly, it wasn't even hard for me to figure out. Like, immediately, the first name that came to my mind was Helen Hunt. Helen Hunt was an actress on a show called Mad About You with Paul Reiser, and I want to say it was on like maybe late 80s, early 90s, and I really think that if you look at these photos of her, you can tell he's a little more dated in these, but her style is just impeccable. And honestly, if you pulled her out and put her like, you would not be able to tell that this wasn't a modern picture. And she does the jeans and t-shirt look so well that even when she's not wearing a t-shirt, like if it's a sweater or a turtleneck or whatever, it still has that exact same casual vibe. But you also get that it's kind of like an upscale vibe as well. And even some of these photos I'm not clicking on where she's at like a more formal event, somehow she's still able to give that vibe in clothes that aren't casual. So I'm so impressed by her. And I just think that if we take these same attributes of the clothes that she's picked, we can really see how we can pull crochet into casual by using, like the color scheme, the fabric, the drape of it all. She's really harnessed these and made this like her style image. I am so impressed by this. Now, the timing of this just feels serendipitous to me. I was given a gigantic bag of yarn, like a giant Costco size bag of yarn here by someone. She was gifted it to her by her sister, and these were yarns she wasn't going to use, and she knew I crocheted. So I went through it. I started digging through it immediately because there was a lot of like upscale, higher end yarns in it, and I was super excited about it. And then it just all like started coming together. I made up a couple quick projects. I started another one, and I just want to kind of just show you how this all comes together. So the first thing when I'm looking at Helen Hunt and those pictures of her is like what comes to mind, and it's going to be the color and the color scheme. And in those pictures, even when she wasn't wearing actual jeans and a t-shirt, it still had that vibe. And so I went through some of the yarns that I was just given, and there were several of them that had like a denim feel to it. So I pulled out this and whipped up a quick hat. I will link a video up here where I've got my go-to hat pattern. So if you're interested in this one, you can definitely watch that video. But this came out great, and I think totally has a denim vibe to it. Some of the other ones I pulled out were this. There was only a little bit of this blue left. It was the same as these two right here, and there was one tag in there, and this was a cotton silk blend. It's extremely soft, and here's the blue, and I actually felt like these colors would actually go great in the jeans and t-shirt color scheme. I mean, you've got like an oatmeal color, and this is like a pale buttery color, but both of these have that really casual vibe to them. I wish I would have had more of this blue, but I was able to make up a headband out of it with no problem, and it is super duper soft. So this is something where if I, instead of wearing a hat, if I wanted to have my hair up in a ponytail, I could throw this on, keep my ears warm, and enjoy that. These Peyton's Croy socks were also in the bag I got, and like this one right here is a good blend of like blues and grays and tans. It is the color, it's actually called Camo Colors. But if you look at that, to me, this just has such a stone-washed type of feel to it. Same way with the gray and this other. So what is this? This is flax, and I believe this one is called Glencheck. But all of these just have that very casual vintage jean type of feel, almost like when the vintage jeans have like that like dirty, grungy wash. These are great for that. And while these aren't blue, these are bamboo, and this is like they called it a dusty lilac. So any of those like colors where they have a little bit of that muted dusty look are going to go great in the denim jeans t-shirt look as well. And I've also started this blue here, and we don't really see like a bright blue in jeans that much, but there is denim this color, and this would definitely look great paired with some faded jeans. So I'm going to revisit a few of these yarns and tell you what I'm working on with them when we get into the fiber and the project portion. And then the yarn I was holding in the thumbnail, I'm really excited about this too. It is a linen yarn. It is just that off-white color, which I think is so great when you're looking for a jeans and t-shirt type of color scheme. And there are actual lines of yarn made just like to look like denim. I know Lion Brand has the jeans, and I know, like, even though I'm struggling to come up with them off the top of my head, I know there are others out there that are made to look like denim or called jeans. And don't forget, like, the color of the stitching on jeans. That's also a great way to carry over that feel and add that in, but still add a little bit of color or a little bit of warmth if you aren't wanting to do like all those like darker blues colors. Let's get into the fit and the fiber. You'll notice from those pictures, all of those fabrics that Helen Hunt was wearing have, felt very casual, very drapey. While she did have some outfits where there might be like a tight t-shirt, it was layered underneath something a little bit flowier. They had the same long lines, and I really think that the biggest takeaway from that of what we can use is using fiber to make the fit more flowy. That was kind of hard to say. Using the fiber to make the fit more flowy and drapey and have that like upscale casual look. That's why I thought so many yarns were great in this, I don't know what you'd call it, a gift haul. But when you're dealing with something like this with the cotton and it's got silk, it does feel really soft. It isn't that same feeling as like your budget or kitchen type cotton. While I only have two like 50-gram balls, I thought I could put these together and maybe do like a soft drapey cowl that would look great over just a plain t-shirt. The bamboo types of yarn or bamboo blends are going to be great for this soft drapey look as well. Natural fibers, when you think about it, what are jeans and t-shirts made out of? They're usually made out of cotton or a cotton blend. And the wool is going to be great as well. I mean, depending on what type of climate you're in and what time of year, this could be absolutely amazing at throwing on over like a plain white or gray t-shirt and really like elevating the look a little bit and keeping you warm at the same time, but not looking like precious or dowdy or something like that. And one of the key ways to keeping these projects nice and drapey is by using a finer weight yarn. And I used to think people who liked fine weight yarns were absolutely nuts, but I've really come to enjoy them because I love that look of having a scarf or a cowl just hang and drape and look just so relaxed and comfortable, as opposed to something that is maybe made out of a 4-weight yarn and is real stiff. This linen yarn is a little bit bigger. It is a 5-weight, and I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with this project. I may end up making a bag out of it, just because number one, I've never worked with linen, and number two, everyone says it is kind of scratchy and hard on your hands to work with. And I've got like 10 of these little mini skeins here. So I might end up doing a bag, But I also might end up doing a scarf. Since this is a 5-weight yarn, if I want the scarf to look very like soft and drapey and casual, I need it to be a little bit more limp. And I would use, I don't know, I will have to practice a little bit and see what I like. But I'm assuming I might use like a 10mm crochet hook or something like that. That is technically way too big for this yarn, just so that I have the spaces in between the stitches and that it'll just lay and it will like drape on top of itself, because I'm very excited about this color linen because I think it will go perfect in a casual look. So what about the projects? I'm going to show you this one right here I've started working on, and I actually want to do a few prototypes of this because I'm thinking about adding this to my channel. It's going to be a poncho. I thought by making the stitches nice and big and see-through, if I threw it over like jeans and a t-shirt, you'd still see the outfit underneath. And even though this is more of a 3 or 4 weight, this one is a mystery to me. There was no label. A poncho in and of itself is a pretty casual garment. By making it even more casual with the loose stitches, I thought that would be a great project. So like scarves, cowls, things like that, I want to be very loose and drapey. For a hat, I really loved like this pattern. And again, I'll have this linked so you can go look it up. It's by Little John's Yarn. The fact that it's slouchy, and this is a cotton, it was a mystery, but I could tell it was cotton. The slouchiness of it, the holes in it, to me really conveys that casual vibe, and I think the cotton is great for a slouchy beanie as well. Other projects that you might make if you're wanting to really dive into that jeans and t-shirt type of look is going to be things like a vest, a jacket, and I would suggest keeping it very simple, doing like a hexagon cardi type of pattern for it, maybe just using like one color of yarn for it, and do it in one of those jean type of yarns where you're still getting that feel of like a jean jacket or a jean vest, but it is a hexagon cardi instead. I think that would be absolutely cute. I've got a video that will be out very shortly where I'm doing a collab with Mary over at Slow Crochet, where we are going to be picking out some different crochet and different outfits and showing you like a casual, business casual, and a night out. So if that's something you're interested in, I would love it if you would subscribe. If you're watching this after that video is out, I will have it linked up here and also at the end of the video. But if that doesn't pop up, it means you're watching it before that's out. And if you're still feeling like a little confused on the type of colors to look at, I've got a video I will link for you up here where I go in and talk about where to find inspiration for color schemes. And the resources I have in that video, you could easily go in and just look in and type in like jeans and it should be able to help you out. But if not, I would suggest even going to like a type of website like where you would buy jeans like Gap or Old Navy or someplace like that, and looking at the different washes of jeans and just kind of, you know, taking that into consideration and just seeing like what all is out there, and take that as a jumping off point. Look at the jean, look at the wash, look at the stitching, look at what they're pairing it with as far as like what top is on the model, and those will give you a great place if you're not wanting to check out Helen Hunt's wardrobe, which again I still think is impeccable. And if you're not wanting to jump in and make like a whole cardigan or something like that, a couple easy ways to really integrate that jeans and t-shirt look is like making, if you've got longer hair, do up a couple of scrunchies, something like that. Do a hair bow, do some fingerless gloves, you know, like some wrist warmers or something. Just ease into it with a couple smaller projects if you're not comfortable wearing like a full cowl out in public or something like that. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me and letting me talk yarn with you today. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.